Hi, my name's Tim Foley, and in my previous career I spent 11 years with the Miami Dolphins, and for the last 13 years I've been broadcasting college football games. And my wife and I have just participated in the project that you're about to see, and the purpose of this project is to introduce you to what we feel is an innovative business opportunity. You're about to meet some close personal friends of ours that we've met over the years through this business, and some have attained a high level of financial success, while others have used this concept to meet more moderate financial objectives. Now, you're about to see some tangible results of people's efforts, but in no way should their success be construed as a promise or a guarantee that your efforts will generate the same results. Your accomplishments will neither be guaranteed by nor limited to the accomplishments of those that have gone before you. And if you're like me, you're not expecting any promises, you're not looking for any guarantees. You realize that this is the real world. If you're like me, you're simply looking for a legitimate way to meet your own personal financial objectives, a financial alternative that will pay you according to your efforts and your productivity. So for the next 10 minutes, just kind of lay back, relax, open your mind, have fun with my friends, and enjoy yourself. I'm going to be the guy that sounds like the football player, but you're really going to like my wife. She does great.
It's a fast-paced, high-pressure world we live in today. Nothing has proven to be more constant than change, which at times causes all of us to contemplate the future. If you've ever felt a need to diversify your income or create more security, spend the next few minutes with David McNally, respected business consultant and author of the highly acclaimed book, Even Eagles Need a Push. Mr. McNally is going to share with us a business opportunity that's already working for over 1 million people worldwide.
I've been asked to host this video introduction to a unique and powerful business opportunity. Now, I'll admit at first I was pretty skeptical about all of this, but I guess that's only natural. So congratulations to you for having an open mind and being willing to take a look at this unique way of generating extra income. For the past 20 years, I've been an international consultant, working with businesses in the United States, Europe, Japan, South Africa, Australia, and Southeast Asia. In my travels, I've had the privilege to meet some of the world's most successful business people, and I've been inspired by their vision and commitment. I came away from those experiences more convinced than ever of the simplicity and effectiveness of this unique business opportunity. Seemingly anybody, anywhere, could make this thing work.
When we first got started in this business, we thought we were doing okay financially. Bubba was in car sales and I was teaching swimming lessons. However, over the next year, our finances took a huge turn for the worse. This was due both to a decline in the car business and also to the premature birth of our 4th child. Thank goodness we got started in this business when we did. Otherwise, I don't know how we ever would have gotten out of the mess that we'd gotten ourselves into financially.
That's right, and we got started in this business like most people do, for the money. And it was certainly there when we needed it. But what we didn't realize was how far this business could take us. And the real benefits for us was spending more time with our kids. Taking them to Hawaii, letting them swim with the dolphins. They still talk about the helicopter ride over the black sandy beaches and watching the lava spew 2,000 feet in the air. We really enjoy doing things together, like taking karate and riding horses. Our daughter Kaylee has always dreamed of riding in the Olympics. We've been able to build a stable right here on our property so we can help her reach that goal. Ben Franklin says, dig your well before you need the water. If you're doing okay financially, that's great, but our experience has been that sometimes things happen that you just can't control. So I want to encourage you to really take a look at this opportunity, because you never know when you could use some extra income.
When I was first exposed to the business concept, I was 20 years old. I was a courier delivering packages in the South Florida area. I got very excited about the opportunity. But it's not too hard to figure out what my main concern was. My main concern was I was 20 years old. I had never achieved any level of credibility in the business world, but we got to work anyways. And we've been able to achieve certain levels of success, not because people were listening to me, but because people were listening to the opportunity. It's the opportunity that makes sense.
I wasn't excited about this business when I first saw it, and I guess it was just because that Terry had tried several other things, and I thought that this was just going to be another short-term commitment. But what made this business different was the people, and that they had a sincere interest in helping us to succeed. And by following their example, we could actually have things that we could only dream about before, like being able to go from an apartment and build a nice home, and to be able to travel around the country and around the world and have our children along with us. We just feel so thankful every day that this opportunity found us.
When we were introduced to this opportunity, I got excited. Louis, on the other hand, was a private investigator in Miami, and he was very skeptical. After meeting several successful businessmen and understanding the team concept, we both realized that we could build our family a future full of choices.
That's right. Choices that a normal job situation would never provide. You know, one of the biggest dreams that we've always had as a family unit was to own a large tract of land that we could develop. We just bought a ranch north of Orlando. But even more important than that is the time that we get to spend together as a family. Traveling, doing some winter sports. You know, the kids love to snow ski and snowmobile. But the biggest benefit of all, spending time together, has been great.
When Patsy and I got started in this business, Patsy was a legal secretary and I was a computer programmer. When her cousin showed us this opportunity, we really felt we didn't have anything to lose, so we just gave it a shot. We never had any prior business experience, but what really amazed us was the amount of people who were willing to invest their time, effort, and knowledge in helping us reach success. When you take a look at this business, the monetary benefits will be obvious, but what really excited us was the amount of time we found to spend together as a family. Today, this business has been really good to us, and we're helping people the same way we were helped.
By the time I took a look at this business, I had already figured out that working for someone else wasn't the way to go. Being in business for yourself was the only way to be in control of your future. However, I had worked myself into a situation in which I was working 80 to 90 hours a week. I had 2 offices, over 32 employees, $70,000 a month worth of overhead. I thought I was going to go crazy. I saw this business as a business that offered options. The opportunity to be able to have a financial future and also be able to enjoy the time. You know, I have 3 little girls and I enjoy spending time with them, watching them grow up, boating, and it's just an incredible opportunity for people that are looking for options in life.
There were thousands of these stories of super success, but just as impressive to me were the tens of thousands of stories of people who had used this business to achieve more modest goals.
When we first saw this business opportunity, we were both in professional jobs, making a fairly good lifestyle and nice income. And then Norma got caught up in a situation where she lost her job through downsizing. And we quickly saw this business as an opportunity for us to supplement our income, replace her income, and not have to decrease our lifestyle.
Well, I was a car salesman and my wife was a cosmetologist, and we got into the business to supplement our income, and over a period of time, she became a full-time mom, and it's been great.
My wife and I originally looked at this business as a way of paying off our student loans. Now that we've done that, we see even more opportunity.
As an educator, I realize that anyone who wants to improve their financial conditions can be successful in doing so in this business.
Okay, how does it work? How are these people making their money? First, you're aware of the trend towards in-home shopping. When you channel surf, when you flip through the channels on your television set, you encounter the television home buying networks. When you bring in your mail with a pad of catalogs that seem to come every day. Catalog sales are an example. In 1980, department store chain sales were at $35 billion. Catalog sales at only $2 billion. 1 decade later, in 1990, department store chain sales were at $47 billion, and catalog sales had surpassed them at $57 billion, and there's been an explosion since then. So you've seen the trend towards in-home shopping. So here's what's happening. Already more than 2,000 major manufacturers, including many Fortune 500 companies, and the list grows every day, are making their products available in a set of catalogs. Here are some of the companies: AT&T, MCI, Black & Decker, Canon, Claro, Corning, Coca-Cola, Del Monte, Disney, Florsheim, General Electric, and the list goes on and on. You can access everything from Arrow shirts to Zenith televisions. You can buy and merchandise almost any product available from any nearby store right from your own home. Making money can be easy. Points are assigned to each product. At the end of the month, the points are totaled and a bonus is given. The concept is the more points, the more money. Now here's how you can make lots of money. Tell others about the opportunity. When they use the catalogs, you receive even more points. Remember, the more points, the more money.
My background is in franchising, and I analyzed this business thoroughly. What I liked most about this particular concept was the proven pattern of success to follow. An opportunity to earn a substantial income without having large upfront investments to make or monthly royalties to pay.
My dream of becoming an electrical engineer had basically turned into a 30-year job.
We were both working long hours at that time, and we didn't see how we could keep doing what we're doing and have kids and be able to raise our own children. That was a big deal for us, for me to be home with the kids. And when we saw this business, we knew this was the answer for us.
I'm a real estate developer, and I feel very fortunate to have had the success I have had over the years in that industry. What always concerned me was the amount of risk it took to achieve that type of success. When I saw this concept, what I found was the ability to create the same amount of rewards or more without taking the same amount of risks. It just makes a lot of sense.
Make no mistake about it, there's work involved, just as there is in any project that would generate this kind of income. It may not be for you, but already millions of people in over 60 countries and territories are involved. This isn't the only way to generate extra income, but it's a very unique and a very good one. It's the best one I've seen.
I was a pulmonary physician when my brother-in-law first talked to me about a business opportunity. At that time, we weren't interested because we were doing very well. But as time went on, we saw a dramatic change in his lifestyle. And that's when we called him back and said, why don't you show us that business again?
And I figured if my brother could do this, we could do this too.
As an entertainer, I had achieved a degree of success. We had the boats, we had the golf clubs. Unfortunately, I never got to use the water or the golf course. Time was a major problem for me.
We saw this as a way to solve that time problem.
And it has.
At the time that Sharon and I first saw this business opportunity, I'd been in dentistry about 25 years, and I guess by society standards, we were doing real good. But the bigger the practice became, the more it owned me, the more it controlled my life, my time. And I didn't get excited about this opportunity, but it got to the point where I just finally said, what if this thing really does work? And we could buy back some time and give us more choices in our life.
And this business is working. We are buying back that time. It's creating a lifestyle that both Seth and I have been looking for. And I've got the husband back that I initially married. There's less stress in his life. This truly is an incredible business.
I had an unrealistic first 33 years of my life. I started playing football when I was in 4th grade, 5th grade, then high school, college, and then I became a pro. They started paying me, and I didn't even have to go to school. I was 33 years old, and I had never had a job. I worked 6 months, and work for me was getting my shorts on and going to practice, and then I had 6 months of the year off. Not many people have a lifestyle like this with a relatively good salary. I knew that this wouldn't last forever, see how smart I was, and so I began to plan. I started a business, and it was more of a traditional business. It had a lot of debt, it had a lot of employees, it had a lot of overhead, it had all the things that keep you awake at night and that worry you. And so when this business came along with this little bitty investment and with the big potential, I was very, very skeptical, but I went and checked it out. I got some information, and I met some people that I had good feelings about, that I trusted. Now, I was interested because I knew our situation. I knew that my NFL career was coming to an end. We needed to replace that income. I knew our other business wasn't doing that well. Connie, she didn't know some of these things, so she wasn't quite as excited about this getting started.
To say that I was not excited about this business is an understatement. Our life was already hectic. But Tim saw something in this business for us, and he decided to work it without me. He was patient with me, but he decided to go ahead and work it without me. What changed my attitude was his commitment to his family and to his family's future. And my name was on all the checks. You know, in the beginning, I think I was afraid to dream. I don't think I ever dreamed. But because we worked this business together, a lot of our dreams have come true. For me, it's been spending time with the children, having more choices, deciding where we're going to go on vacation, and who we're going to be with. And for Tim, he's always had the dream to own his own airplane. And because of this business, that dream has come true. But I really feel the best thing that has come from this business was the fact that we have worked together as a husband and wife. And that has been the best gift that we've given our children.
Okay, so what do you do now? First, get back to the person who gave you this videotape. Obviously, you need more information. And since we work as a team to generate this income, get to meet more of the people involved. You know, if you could use some extra income or less stress in your life, or perhaps more security for the future, you owe it to yourself to learn more about this business opportunity. This just may be the very thing you've been hoping would come along.
I initially took a look at this business as a favor to a friend, and he wound up doing me the biggest favor of my life.